Are you guys still hearing me? 555 if you guys are still hearing me. All right, so you guys are hearing me. Let me make some individuals in the chat co-hosts. All right, so I see Josh is here. All right. Okay, cool. I see everyone is ready to go. Let me just make two individuals co-hosts here and then we're gonna get cracking, right, guys? Right, so my name is Kenton Jackson. I hail all the way from South Trinidad, right? I am not Trinidadian born, I'm actually Vincentian born, but I've lived Trinidad all my life. So I can literally say I'm Trini, literally to the bone, right? Now, the information I'm about to share with you guys here tonight is information my wife and I, we've been privy to since 2017. We've been able to actually retire from our jobs. And what we're doing here, we've been doing this now full time for the past 7 years. So for the past 7 years, we've figured out ways how to earn from the internet, literally from the internet, right? And I'm going to share one of those angles with you right about now, right? So I'm going to get into the presentation right about now. So first and foremost, as I give you guys a quick backstory on myself, I worked in media for 22 years. I worked at most of the major radio stations in the Caribbean. I've actually had a privilege to actually work, to actually program, to actually teach. So I've been in the space of media at the highest level, right? I even got offers in the US, but I was already retired. So I'm in retirement right about now, right? So what you're about to see here tonight does not matter your education level. If you're on here and you're thinking, well, I'm not that educated, you might want to rethink that. Your education level doesn't matter. Your age, some persons are going to say, well, I'm way up in age already. Your age really doesn't matter, right? I have individuals who are 70, even 80 years of age who are doing super fine with what I'm sharing here with you, right? Your financial situation doesn't matter. Yeah, I know some persons come on this call and say, well, this guy gonna tell me, it's gonna cost me tons and tons of money, to actually get started. But to be honest, guys, no. Right? It literally takes you making a decision, and that decision is then going to make you make the decision to get yourself sorted out. I'm going to show you how, right? Now, it doesn't matter who's in power. Some persons will say, based on what government, that's what's holding them back. No, it doesn't, right? And where you live really doesn't matter anyway, because I was just able to go back to St. Vincent just like about 3 weeks ago. And the amount of money I spent to actually stay in the country and move around and put gas in my vehicle and hang out and eat and stuff, I actually made it back from trading in St. Vincent. You really want to pay close attention as to what it is I'm about to share with you guys this evening, right? Now, all that matters is that you have a brain and a willingness to learn, right? And take yourself and your family to financial freedom with trading, right? Learning this skill is 90% mindset. Trading is more mindset than physical. Some persons are going to say, well, I'm not tech savvy and all that. Doesn't matter. As long as you just learn how to copy and paste, you can become very successful. Somebody's really blowing up my phone. I'm not sure who. All right, so that's all it really takes, right? 90% mindset, 10% skill, right? Let me just move something here quickly. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Get off the screen. I'm literally trying to move something out of the way and it just, okay, I think I got it. All right, so I got it. Right now, I have a young man who's on this call, right? And this gentleman, when I got started in 2017, I actually leveraged this gentleman to teach my team how to trade, because I kind of knew how to trade, but I wasn't comfortable enough to actually teach them. So I actually leveraged someone who knew how to do it. And here the funny thing, he was not in my team, he was in another team. So I really have a different kind of honor for the gentleman I'm about to bring up, right? His time is very valuable, so I actually asked him to hop on this call. So I really want to get him back to being busy, right? His name is Joshua Ramcharan, a young man on a mission, right? Just recently got married just a couple years ago, just started his family as well. And Josh, are you on the call?
Yes, sir. Excuse me if I'm a little out of breath. I was with my wife and my little daughter. She had me running. So I was listening while running with her and I came into the office one time. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. So Josh, I just wanted you to just, well, I know you really know this stuff because I even learn a lot from you. So I'm literally going to leave the floor. I know you're really going to tell your testimony. You're going to impact some of these individuals. So you have the floor, sir.
Thank you so much. So first off, again, Kenton, Elizabeth, thank you so much for letting me, share. It's always an honor because if someone didn't really, open their mouth and share this information with me back in 2013, right, when I first ventured into the space, I would have never been able to experience some of the amazing things, connect with amazing people, right? And also continue to really grow. Not just grow, but grow in purpose. So, a real quick, what I will share with you guys is a little part of my journey. I'll try and keep it short as possible. So, I came into the trading space in 2016, and I was actually working at a spa at that time, one of the major spas still here within the Caribbean. And a friend of mine, he reached out. He's like, "Hey, Josh, I want you to come take a look at this Forex thing." Now, honestly, God hear me, I knew nothing about Forex, right? We always thought it's something to do with X. I don't know why, as human, we would think X, right? But I came because I trusted him. Honestly, I did. And there was just about 25 persons in that room. First time, it's like the first time people in Trinidad hearing about Forex, 25 of us in that room. And I saw some really credible people in that room. I said, you know what? And I always try to put myself in space like that around really successful people. I said, you know what? If he's doing it, I mean, he's doing it, please just sign me up. And I got started. And fam, here's what happened with me in the space of Forex. I got excited, right? I saw other people winning, people doing this, and I decided to just jump into it, put some money into it. I didn't want to educate myself about it. Just show me how to make the money real quick. And in a very short space of time, I took five 500 US dollars to 1,200 US dollars. All right, that's like in a day when I said a short space of time. So now I already got the wrong impression. I'm already doing it wrong. I'm thinking, wow, this is how Forex works. Just drop some money, make money, big money. And, you know, and guess what happened? On my third day, I lost all the money in the account. Smithereens, gone. Now, please understand, take this as a lesson as well when you're coming into the trading space, right? It's an education. You're going to have to treat it with the respect that it deserves. Because I promise you, I want to get to the good part of the story, right? So my fiance at the time, my wife now, right? We have a beautiful daughter. God bless us. She's gonna be 2 in September. Um, she told me, she's like, babe, give it a fair chance. Put your mind to it, because we saw the potential of it without education. So she said, you know what? Why don't you go study it? And fam, I never liked to study. But when I understood what I was studying for, right, that this is bigger than being a doctor, a lawyer, a dentist. I'm not putting on none of those things. I have a lot of those things in my family, judges, right? But when I saw what we were getting access to, I couldn't even sleep. I'm just being real with y'all. And some people still need to wake up to the fact of what we have access to. So I went in. It took me a month and 2 weeks. I found a course. I'm going to be teaching it tonight at 9 o'clock, and you can get access to that. And if you're very new, you will still need access to NVU Basic Academy before you really understand that. But hey, if you can jump on there, right, you're gonna learn a lot. But I found the course and I was able to flip my first $300, right, in about a month and 2 weeks, right. I took that to well over $10,000. Now, I didn't share this part of the story before, but I have so much people to also testify because I was trading my aunt account, my mother-in-law account, right? My aunt, at the same time, she invests. Well, we don't ever do that, or we don't recommend that. I was just doing that for personally for my family who I want to help, okay? So at the same time, my aunt, she said, Josh, here, take 1,000, and the broker was registered under her name. It was just linked to my platform, so she was full in control of her money. We took that account to 22,000 US, right? And my mother-in-law, right, we started with 60 US, and we took that account to 8,000 US, and she paid out her credit card. Now, this is way back then, right? And this is the skill set, right? Eventually, I got so good in trading, right? I was able to go out and purchase one of my first dream vehicles, right? I remember, and I like to share this to keep myself humble as well, because I didn't come from from the way I speak, you can see I come from a well-educated background. Everything I wanted in life, I just had to build the desire and work towards it. So I can remember when I was working CPEP to put myself through university. You know, some people just get access. Hey, you could ask your parents help. No. I had to go cut grass by Dole Shady Rehab in Piparo, right? And then walk back home to Tabakit from there, right? And guess what? While I'm walking back home, I have no kind of money in my bank account back then, but I understood the principle. You know, if I put a picture in my mind long enough, it will eventually show it up. And through trading, so trading it was the main thing, and applying that, I was able to go and purchase one of the vehicles I always wanted. So why am I sharing this farm? Right? There's a beginning, there's a middle, and then there's a part where you're gonna get to the point where trading becomes an amazing thing. You know, this week my wife, she was watching me like, what is going on? Because we're making multiple withdrawals on a daily basis sometimes. She's like, bro, you're just printing. And this is a disclaimer, right? I'm not no big. This is compliance, right? I'm keep it compliant, but it is really amazing. God has, for people who never really believe in it or think, oh, this, no, it is a skill. It's going to require you to study, all right? It's going to require some patience. It's going to require some discipline. It's going to require, all right, some emotional intelligence. Trading requires a lot of emotional intelligence. So it's going to make you, on the whole, even a better person. So that's what I wanted to jump on here real quick, just share. I'm currently a full-time husband, a full-time dad, full-time serving people and doing what I love to do. And I really wish the same for you, because you deserve it. You really do. Just you don't believe it enough, but you do. The moment you believe it, fam, and you understand you have people, right? You have good people. And I'm going to close with this, right? You have good people like Kenton and Elizabeth. Man, I met Kenton and Elizabeth. We met right Thursday. We were at Movie Town, Port of Spain. We had an amazing event at the banquet conference hall, right? And I had the privilege to have dinner with some of the leaders and also Elizabeth and Kenton. And I can tell you, I've known them for a very long time, right? And they are amazing people. They really want to see you win. It is the truth, right? Sometimes they will believe in you more than you can believe in yourself, and you should be grateful for that. That's good people to have in your space. If I didn't have someone like a Kenton or Elizabeth or Miss McSween in my space, it would have been more hard for me, right? So please, fam, understand, yes, there's a price to the business, but then there's a price that you cannot really pay to get access to, but you do get access to it, okay? So God bless you all. I'm going to pass the call back over to you, Kenton. Thank you so much for having me on, right? And God bless you all. Take care for now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, if you guys that basically touch you, I wanted to put some hearts. I wanted to put some 777. Now 777 is just the number of completion in the good book, right? So don't think I'm saying anything strange, right? Listen, that young man, absolutely amazing. Without him, I don't know where our business would have been. Just imagine that. You see, wherever you're going, There's someone who's going to come into your life. They're going to share something with you to help you on your journey, but they can't go with you. You see, there are persons who think, well, you know, because I do something for you, I have to get back something from you. It doesn't work like that. You're going to bless someone, and someone is going to bless you as well. That you really can't even repay them. A matter of fact, where you're going, they can't go, and where they're going, you can't go. So I love helping people because I know that I can put persons in place to have results, right? So let's start going down the road now. So guys, the skill is 90% mental, literally. If you got up and you're having a bad day, don't trade because it's mental. Meaning you're gonna go into the market with the wrong mindset, and yeah, you're gonna have challenges. Maybe you're supposed to have a certain level of thinking where you know you get in, you take a certain amount of profits and you're good, but because you're probably upset, you maybe wasn't even watching the market. You probably place a trade and you go back to being mad, and when you come back, you're even more mad, right? So it's really 90% and 10% skill, right? Now, you don't have to be smart, you don't have to be handsome, you don't have to be pretty, you don't have to be special. A matter of fact, I have seen persons in wheelchairs, persons who can't walk, persons who can't talk that make money trading. Like literally in the last 7 years, I've seen some amazing things. I've seen persons, they came and they won because of somebody in their family. Somebody in their family was having whatever challenges, and they decided, listen, I'm going to be the one and I'm going to save them. Right? Now, your journey starts with education. You want to educate yourself. The persons who are getting scammed right now is because they have not educated themselves. If you educate yourself, you become scam proof. If you're a barber and you learning the skill of being a barber, and I come and tell you, hey, you know, you could use a lawnmower to cut someone's head. It's a no-no. You're gonna say, no, that's madness. But if you don't know, you might say, well, yeah, let's try it. So I'm telling you, educate yourself. For the ones who are on here, because a number of persons hit me up and say, hey, you know, I was involved with some of these things and I lost money, so I lost money. So the reason why you lost money is because you gave somebody else your money to manage. Cut that out. If they say free, you're getting something and you're not putting out anything, run. There's no such thing as free for something. There's no such thing as something, I should say, for nothing. Forget that. Get that thought out of your head. That's how persons lose a lot of money. Somebody's going to tell them, hey, you know, all you need to do is just do X, Y. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to be there. You don't need to invest anything. You don't need to do anything. And you're going to make this ton load of money. Run. Run. It's going to cost you something else, right? So we have that done, right? Now, how do you get the education? We have an amazing platform with persons who are having amazing results. They are going to teach you, right? You want to learn from persons who are actually having results in whatever, not just trading, in whatever that you're going to venture into. Find someone who's having the results, follow exactly what they say, and you're going to have their results as well, right? Now, how do you get on the platform? You have to be referred to the platform I'm about to tell you about, right? So the name of the platform is called Envision. Envision is a health and wellness company, but EnvisionU's goal is to host every online course there is to be held on the platform. Now, the main course that they have right now is trading. So I would just want to run this quick 1-minute video here. I think it's actually less than that, just to give you guys a quick idea, okay?
Some people sit. You move. You don't wait for chances. You create them. The TNT app gives you the tools to trade wherever you are. Learn on the plane, execute in the cafe, book your next trip mid-flight. This isn't luxury, this is your system. Download the TNT app. Trade like you live, in motion.
Right, so we have an app, and on the app you can book a flight. You can also learn to trade. Now, the trading aspect, you have the ability to hop on our back office, right? In the back office, you'll see home, you'll see academy, you'll see education, you'll see calendar, you'll see beyond the charts, you'll see all those things. There's even a scanner, but this is where you're going to land in the back office when it comes to trading. Now, the main goal here is to go to the academy. Now, when you go to the academy, you're going to get class 1, class 2, class 3, class. You've seen all the classes. Now, these are short 5-minute video. Some of those videos are like 3 minutes long, so you can watch it over and over until you get the information. You want to become someone who is in repetition mode. So there are persons who have seen, they went through all the videos once and they say, okay, I went through the videos, what's next? Go through the videos again. Because if I ask them, hey, what is a demo account? They don't know. I say, hey, what is MetaTrader? They don't know. I ask them, hey, what is Forex? They definitely don't know, and it's right here. Now with repetition, you're going to get it, right? Now we also have live classes. So you can hop on a live class by just watching the schedule. So I literally click on the calendar and then you can see the schedule. Sunday, you can see who's on. Monday, you can see who's on. Tuesday, Wednesday, you're actually seeing all who's on. And you can just hop on their session. One of the persons I can recommend is Richard Hall. The other person I could recommend is Luke Longmire. He's on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 a.m. in the morning. If you miss a class, you can go back and watch a recording. If you miss the class, you can go back and watch a recording, right? Now, you want to then apply the information that you are being taught, because this is how it works. They're going to teach you what to do, but then you want to apply it. Now, one of the places that you can apply it, because the first thing you're going to learn is how to chart, how to know where the market is going, if it's going up, down, sideways. They're going to show you how to chart. So after they show you how to do that, you will go and get an application called TradingView. Again, all that I'm saying here, you guys can get back onto me or get back onto whosoever invited you on the call, and you can get more details on this so you can have a clear idea if you if you don't understand, because that's okay. The very first time I saw all of this, I did not understand. Josh could have told you too, the very first time he saw this, did not understand. But here's the funny thing. I actually learned something from Joshua Ramcharan. And after I learned that, it was lights out. Just one thing I needed to learn. You don't need to learn everything to make money, guys. You just need to learn some fundamentals. I'm going to show you some of them shortly, right? Now, the key is discipline. You want to discipline yourself, because it's going to come a time, based on you not understanding certain things, you're going to want to quit. But remember, anything that you quit on, it will just be a stepping stone for the next thing that you're going to quit on, because habits come from doing certain things. If you're a person, you quit at this and you quit at that and you quit it, you develop a habit of quitting. And to be honest, everything works. Yes, even the negative stuff works too. But here, what is the persons who stick it out, make it work, right? Now, what do you need? You need the education, as I was telling you guys. You need TradingView, so you can then apply what they're going to teach you. You're going to need a broker. Now, the broker is the most important thing that you're going to have. The broker account is where your money is going to be. You want to create the broker account yourself. You want to fund the account yourself. Yes, it's going to seem like it's impossible, but that's okay. You're going to learn. Fund it yourself. Let everything be tied to you. So that way, there's no challenge with money missing, and what you always stay in control of your money. So your money is in the broker. Now, when you get a broker, you need to host the broker somewhere, in which means you need to use that broker on another platform. That's what MetaTrader 5 is for. Let me see. All the persons who downloaded MetaTrader 5, I want you to put 555 in the chat. And if you've not downloaded MetaTrader 5 yet, you can go to your Play Store, App Store right now whilst I'm speaking and download it, because I want to show you guys how to take a trade at the end of this session one time. We're going to take your first winning trade, as a matter of fact, right? So go and get MetaTrader 5 if you have not gotten MetaTrader 5 as yet, right? Now you want to have a trading goal. I think this is one of the most important parts. Persons run into challenges because they do not have a trading goal. Let me tell you how. There are some persons, they are very good at trading. They could read the market. They know how to place a trade. They know when it's in profit. They know when they're in losses. They know everything. But here what they don't know, how much money they want. So because they don't know how much money they want, the market might give them $5, $10, $15, $20, $200. But because you don't know what you want, you're not going to take what you don't know. But if every day you set a goal and say, listen, like my first goal was to make $50 a day. And I remember 6 weeks after learning, in the process of learning to trade, my 6th week, I made $57 in a day. So I was happy because I hit my goal. So if you don't have a goal, well, I should say if you don't have a target, If you don't have a target, you're going to miss every single time because you have no target. But if you have a target, at least you have something that you're aiming to hit. And when you hit it, you come out of the market and you come tomorrow. You come another day. Some very good traders, they take 3 trades for the month. We have a trader, he is a multiple 7-figure earner in our organization. Master trader, only takes 3 trades for the month. I've seen some persons take like 50 something trades in a day, and this guy only takes 3 for the month. And we're talking about, yeah. So when you get really consistent, you don't need to do a lot, right? So we have that covered. Now, since we have that part covered, let me see if I see the 555s. I'm seeing the 5s in the chat. So I have some persons here. I guess you guys are ready. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to literally not use my iPhone. I'm going to pull out my trusty Android phone. Let me see. All the persons who have Android phone type A, all the persons who have iPhone type I want to see which phone I'll be using today to place this trade. If the A's win, we'll be using the Android. If the I's win, we'll be using the iPhone. Let me see which one. All right. So far, it's a nice mix. I'm seeing more A's. More A's. I know some persons have A's and I's, but I'm not seeing no I's. Right? Yes, I now see the I's. Way, yeah. The Android's cleaning up, right? Now, guys, this trade we're gonna take today, you're going to win this trade. Yes, you're gonna win this trade. You see, you want to say what you want and just stick with that. Question, do you want the opposite? No, you don't want the opposite. So the trade we're going to place today, we're going to win the trade, right? So let's get back into it, right? So let's go, yeah, boom. Let's go continue sharing. Where's my PowerPoint? Here it is, boom. Right, so we have that good to go. Right, continue sharing, right? So why you want to learn to trade is for time freedom. The most important thing in this life, I don't know for you guys, but the most important thing to me is time. If the doctor tells me, Kenton, you have billions of dollars because you became the best trader of all time, but you only have 6 more weeks to live, the billions would not matter. Right, guys? Listen to me. The objective is to get back your time. That's the goal. The goal is not to make the money to go Dubai and those things and buy the Lamborghinis. That's going to happen. You want to get, when you get back your time, those things, a matter of fact, you might even need a Lamborghini again. Right? Your broker account is the most important account. I know I told you guys that. Right? This is how you stay in full control of your account and not get scammed. Make sure and control your broker account. Remember, out of everything I'm saying here, your broker account is the one thing you wanna literally lock it down like that. Right? So we have that covered. Now there are thousands of brokers. Like literally thousands of brokers. The 2 brokers that I mainly use is IC Markets, and I use another one right now by the name of XNES. And based on where persons live in the world, different brokers sometimes doesn't work where you reside. The other thing is this. Persons are going to ask about taxes. You only pay taxes on trading more in the US. It's kind of mandatory. But other than the US, you don't really have to pay taxes on trading. Let me just get that clear. Other than the US, you really don't have to pay taxes when it comes to trading. You could declare that you made money and you could decide to pay the government taxes if you choose, but it's not mandatory for you to pay the government taxes on trading. Now, I'm saying that based on me. I'm not saying that based on the company. I'm just saying that based on me because I've been doing this now for a while and I've never really had to pay taxes to the government, right? What I do is I would sponsor certain things or give away certain things or whatever. Right, so we have that covered for the person who's going to ask about taxes. I know it has probably some lawyers on this call, right? Now, MetaTrader 5 is a host. So all these brokers you see here, you could put them in MetaTrader 5. All MetaTrader 5 does is host brokers. You could also get a demo account on MetaTrader. So this evening we might do that for some persons who, you don't have a broker account just yet, we might actually use the demo account that's in the MetaTrader, right? So we have that covered, right? Learning the skill. Again, I'm coming back to say this again. It's 90% mental, 10% skill, right? These are the currency pairs. But before I get into this, I want to bring up another gentleman here quick. I want to bring up a gentleman. His name is also Josh, but he's Joshua Roberts. Now, Josh has been coming to my trading classes for a while. He has been in this space for a couple of months, well, and he just really started taking it serious because he had certain challenges going on. He had certain things happen in his family and stuff. So life happens, especially when you decide you want to change your life. Life tends to happen. But he started having some results with trading. Let me see if I see Josh on the call. Josh, are you here? Mr. Roberts. I see you on, right.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
There you go. So, listen, it's a pleasure to have you on. I know you've been having some results with trading. Can you just give a quick testimony of some of your results with trading thus far?
Yeah, yes, no problem. First of all, it's good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure being here. My training experience is fun. It's fun for me. Having the ability to trade it's fun for me. And my first trade after going to the classes, because I was mostly learning, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to set up my broker account. Mr. Kenton, who's my mentor, he actually helped me set up my broker. So thank you very much, sir, for being an amazing mentor. And I decided to place my first trade, and I completely forgot about it. Carry on my day, and when I did remember, I went back. I said, let me see what's going on here. I wasn't sure if I had win or loss, and to my surprise, I made a profit of $977 and some cents in US dollars, just to be clear, in US dollars. And it shocked me. I was so amazed, and I continue learning. And as Mr. Kenton said, you have to be in it. You have to always be, always be learning, because it's a fun experience. It's a fun experience to have. Placed another trade, I think sometime this week. No, last week. I placed a trade $175. $175 US. And this it's fun to do, it's fun to learn, and I will recommend it to anybody. I really recommend it to anybody because it makes you more financially free, knowing that you can learn this skill to uplift yourself, and it's really amazing. I love this. I love this space, and what I love more is the community. The training community is amazing. It at times that things that I don't know, I message in the group, asking a question, and people were so eager to help you. And to me, this is the best part. This is the best part about it. Not just making the money, but having people that's always eager to help you and always, willing to show you something new. And it's really amazing. It's really amazing. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think I was muted. All right. So 555s in the chat, guys, for Joshua. Listen, I remember when he actually hit that target. I think he was emotional. The 900, yeah, the 900. It was emotional. It was literally emotional. You see, with trading, guys, bad actors have made things so bad with trading that now we can't really say things we want to say because their eyes are looking. But to tell you the truth, guys, you want to take this skill seriously and learn it. And what investment you have to make into it, make it. It's going to pay you back unbelievable fold, but you have to stay at it. You can't come and you quit and you go on. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to come and just stay consistent. I would say, listen, if I could work 40 years for a boss to then retire on a salary that I couldn't live on in the first place, they're going to cut that salary in half and give me a retirement. And no, I'd rather to spend 5-6 years learning this thing, really getting the right capital, and it's lights out. And I could teach this to my kids. My kids could teach it to their kids, because this is something that you could actually turn into generational wealth, right? So just gonna show you guys quickly here two currency pairs so that you guys gonna have an understanding as to how it works, right? Now, there's the euro and there's the USD. So the euro, because the euro is on the left-hand side, well, based on how you're watching this, your left-hand side, euro should be on your left, right? It's the base currency. The quote currency, what it's quoted against, is on the right-hand side, right? Now, if the base currency is stronger, which means the base currency is euro dollar, it's going to go up. If the US dollar is stronger, it's going to go down. Well, obviously, the euro would be weaker. So it come like the euro is either the euro weaker or stronger because it's the base currency, but the quote currency. Now, it took me a little while to really wrap my head around this concept, but then I realized trading, you can trade up and you can trade down. So this is not only when it goes up you make money. You could make money when it's going down or when it's going up. If you predict that, hey, the US is going to get stronger and you trade a sell and the US gets stronger, you see what's going to happen. The market is going to sell, you'll make money. Now, if you press a sell and the euro got stronger and it start buying, you're actually going to lose money. But there's a way to protect yourself when that's happening, right? So let me see. All who understand thus far, I know you may not understand everything, but if you understand somewhat of the information, let's just say at least 50% of the information, 25 to 50% of the information, I want you to type 111. If you're absolutely lost, I want you to type 000. 111 if you kind of understand, and 000 if you're absolutely lost. And it's okay to be absolutely lost. Huh? The first time I saw all of this, I was absolutely lost. You know what I did? I showed up for the next class. And I was lost again, I showed up for the next class. And then I started getting something, I was still lost, I showed up for the next class. And I showed up and I showed up and I showed up until I started teaching. So I see the zeros. I see the ones, right? If I have leaders who own here and you know you have some individuals that you invited as well, you want to track all these zeros so at least you could get back to them, right? Now, guys, we have regular onboarding calls. We have a lot of external calls, but the main thing is you want to really get into the academy and start getting it direct, because look at this. You can get it for free. You could go on YouTube and you could get it for free. But they are not regulated in any what way to give you the right information. You're just a view to them, meaning they are looking for viewers. We are looking to create results from the platform, because you don't want to have a platform and person saying, well, you know, that platform is not working out for them. That's not what you want. You want your platform to be actually helping persons. There's a difference. All right. So at least you guys got that. So the quote pair, all right, and the base pair. Now, there's another thing that you could use as well, in which this shows you the currency strength. So you could see Australian, Canadian, chef, euro. You could see the strengths and that you could use as well to trade, right? Again, you know, trading is basically just like a seesaw. If there's more gold than the money, the gold will tend to be stronger. If it's less gold, you know how that goes. It's the same thing. But you can trade when it's going up and you can trade when it's going down. Right? So let's go to the charts right about now. This is the part I know most persons are hungry to see what's going on the charts. But to be honest, guys, what's going on in the charts is basically just watching currencies go up and down. Literally. Just watching currencies go up and down. But here the funny thing about it. Now, the charts operate in such a way that over time, seeing it over every day, every day, every day. You remember what you saw yesterday, you remember what you saw the day before. You just learn how to mark up your charts. Now, all that you're seeing here, these things, they just look like a heart monitor. This is the market going up and down. Like right now, we're watching Bitcoin. Let's go on Euro USD. Right, EUR USD. Here it is. Boom. So we're on Euro USD. Right now, I'm watching this on the 5-minute time frame. There are different time frames that you could look at the market, but all the time frames are the same. They're just split up on based on how you're looking at it. Now, how it is we actually make money is price has something called memory. Price tends to go back to certain levels, right? Like, let me give you an example here. I just drew this blue line across here, right? Now, if you watch it, price came all the way down here heavy, touch the blue line, hang around there, come back, touch the blue line, come and touch the blue line. Why is it touching the blue line? Now it actually broke the blue line, but then it's going to go back above the blue line and watch. Now, what that shows you around this point here is a good point to buy, because every time it touches this price point, it tends to buy. So at this level here, I'll be looking to see price come and touch it. Let's just say where price is here right now. These funny looking things that are called candlesticks come down around this line here. You could look for a buy, because the market tends to react at that level, right? The objective today is to try and catch a trade on Bitcoin. Let's go across here. All right. When the call just started, it had a really nice bounce, so we could have probably caught. But as the call progresses, I'm going to see how this is going to play out. I'm looking for an entry anywhere around 117. Let's see if that plays out. If that plays out and price happen to come down here in the next 5, 10, let's just say the next 15 minutes or so. If we're still here, I'm most likely going to call a buy on BTC, right? So let's continue, because I know I still have to get to you guys trading account and stuff, right? So that was just a little bit of charting there, right? And the charting really helps, because when you actually learn how to drop your charts, know where to put certain levels and whatever, and price go and hit those levels, you could set alerts on the levels. So you don't need to be watching the market 24. You could set an alert. When I came on the call, I was getting alerts like crazy. Let me go here. Right? When I came on the call, because Bitcoin had actually hit my level, but I couldn't take the trade because we were on the call, right? Now, you can learn anything with repetition. It just takes repetition, right? Now, we have something called a scanner. Now, the scanner, what it does is the scanner would scan the market and spit out trade ideas. All you need to do is just get the alert, and when the alert hits, you can actually come and take the trade. Now, we have on our platform, we also have actual people who send out trade ideas as well. So even though you don't know how to trade, you can actually get trade ideas. So whilst you're learning, you have the ability to start earning, right? I will show you, or whoever you're working will show you how to fund your live account, and you can just take those live trades from the actual educators who are having success, right? So this trade that we're looking at here right now is a trade on gold, right? Let's go, this is a pit here, so let's actually go back to the charts where I can actually show it to you guys, right? So let's go here, we're gonna go Forex, and then we're gonna go all the way down here to gold. All right, let's go here, boom. Let's let that load up. Cool. All right, so it did give us this, it did give us a buy on gold, right? That buy basically went. It also has a sell here. So it actually would paint the entry point. So let me go back here so you can actually see it clear, right? So it'll actually paint an entry point. This yellow candle, this is the entry point. Then it will actually put a yellow line to show you that that's our actual entry point. It will put a point to protect your account, which is the stop loss, which means it's going to stop you from losing money if you're wrong. You want to have that protection, right? So let's just say you enter right here, and as you can see, price called the buy. It did go up. It hit take profit 1, in which you would have made money. It hit take profit 2. But I think when it's time to hit take profit trade, stop short. So take profit trade was up here, you could see it stop a little short, right? So in this case, you would have made some money from the scanner because the scanner did call the trade. And all you had the ability to just do is to just go and just press buy. Right? So I'm going to show you that now. For all the individuals who have your MetaTrader 5, you want to launch your MetaTrader 5 right about now. Let me make this phone here co-host. Actually, I think I'm co-host already. Right? Now, when you launch MetaTrader 5 for the first time, it's going to ask you some questions, right? It's going to ask you if you want to create an account and all those things. Right? Today we will not have the time to go through all of that, but I'm going to see how much I can actually go through, okay? Let me get this up here. I'm going to share my screen. Since the Android individuals one, I'm going to share my Android screen here. Start now. Okay. I don't think it launched. Let's do stop. Let's do that again. Screen, start now. All right, so there we go. All right, so I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go up here, and there's MetaTrader 5. Let me see all the individuals who have MetaTrader 5. If you have MetaTrader 5, I want you to type 555. Let me see all the persons who have MetaTrader 5. Right, I'm seeing all the persons who have MetaTrader 5. Now, guys, if you don't have it, just pay attention, right? I may actually make this into a recording as well. We could go back and look at this part if you choose. So even if you don't get it up and running right now, you could probably go back and look right now. When I open up MetaTrader 5, for the first time, it's going to come up. Most likely on quotes, you're going to see something like this, or it's going to ask you some questions. Now, at the bottom down there, you can see it have quotes, charts, trade, history, and messages, right? Now, if you're not seeing Bitcoin, which is BTC, seeing BTC down at the bottom down there, last one down to the bottom, BTC USDZ. If you're not seeing that, you want to click the plus sign up on top, and you want to type BTC USD, and you will see it. And as long as you have the check mark on it, that means it's going to be back on the next screen, so you can actually go back to that screen and you'll see down to the bottom. Right? I know some of you probably doing it right now. Right? That's how you're going to see Bitcoin. Now, when you get the Bitcoin at the bottom now, and it's flashing up like that because Bitcoin runs 24/7. It doesn't stop. The rest of the market would actually close and open back certain times, and that's okay. Right? So the Forex market tends to close on a Friday evening, and it opens on a Saturday. So it may actually open. I've seen some of them still not open. It may open in the next 6 minutes. I'm seeing 6:54, so I think around 7 o'clock the rest of the market would actually open up. But you can click on Bitcoin, click on hold. When you click on hold, you will see chart. Like you see in new order, you see in chart, you click on chart. All right. And then after you click chart, it will show up like this. At the top right, you will see a blue and a red box with a dash in it. Extreme right. I'm going to click on that. And when I click on that, I'm going to see a drop down now with sell and buy. I'm also going to see 0.01. Right? For every $100 in your account, this number needs to be 0.01, and you can take one trade. How persons blow up their account? You see that there's 0.01. That is how persons blow up their account. You see, if you have $100 in your account and you press buy twice, in which means you have over leveraged your account because your account really needs to have 200 for you to take 2 trades. So if you take 3 trades and you only have $100, you're really, so some persons would take 10 trades with $100. If that only move in the wrong direction, yeah, problems. All right. Now with trading, you really want to buy low and you want to sell high. Now, when price had come all the way down here. Let me just mark it on the screen. You can see it, right? I'm using this X so you can see what I'm talking about. You see when price came all the way down here, this would have been a good place to buy, but we basically missed it, right? As soon as the session started, it actually came down here, and which would have been a good place to buy, going back up. Now, how you want to identify that is by watching the market from the chart, basically. So I don't do any charting on MetaTrader. We're going to come back here. Let's go across on the chart so at least we could see why I would have called a buy down there, right? So let's come back here and let's go over here to BTC. That's right here. Boom. This is Bitcoin. So I had a blue line here, as you could see. So I have this blue line that's running across here. You can see price came down here and touch it. Price came down here and touched it. And price basically came down, went through it totally, but it came back because I know this level here is a very strong level. So that's why I would have called a buy around this level. Where I would have probably taken profit is probably right about, let's put a new line. Let's change this one to red so at least you guys would know what I'm talking about. Boom. Boom. Red. At least anywhere around here I would have let us take profit, right? So where price is right now, you really don't want to take a buy or a sell at that price. Now, if I see price do something like this and push up and come back down on this level, I would then look for a buy here. And I will probably have a take profit right anywhere around where it already hit there, right? You want to buy at certain points and you want to sell at certain points. You just don't want to buy and sell anywhere. The persons who it is always find themselves losing money is because they're buying and selling anywhere in the market. Now, you can set an alert. Let's just say you think price might actually go back down there. Like I have an alert right here. So this what I'm touching right now is an alert, this white line. So I can literally bring the alert and bring the alert right here and leave it right here. So if price were to just push back down here, I would know, okay, hey, the price is hitting my level again. I'm going to enter for a buy and my take profit would be right at this red line right there, right? So that's how you actually do that. So let's go back over here. Let me stop this. All right. Now I'm actually going to still place a trade, but just for the sake of education, right? So let's go here and let's go screen. I was really hoping that the price of the market would open around 6 o'clock and give us a nice move, but it gave us the move too fast. Right, so we're good to go there. All right, so on MetaTrader now, let's just say I want to take a buy where price is there right now. Right, I'm up on 0.01. Let me just make sure and switch accounts here. Let's switch here. Boom. All right, so I'm just switching to a demo account. I don't want to literally take this on a real account because it's not a real trade, right? Let's go here and get BTC, click chart. All right. So all I need to do now is press buy. That's the one at the top right. Now, if I press buy, the market is going to buy. Now, the first time you press it, it may ask you some question like, whatever, but it's a one-time question it will ask you. And the next time you press buy, it's going to buy. But let's press buy right now, right? So I'm going to press buy. This is the box I was talking about. So you'll see this as a one-time. And then the next time you press buy, so we just entered into a trade right there, right? Now, if I want to put my take profit or my stop loss, what I need to do is, one, I can come back on this screen and put it here, or I can literally do it on this screen. So I'm going to click there. I just clicked on the blue dotted line that's going across. Let me do it again. I just clicked on the blue dotted line and it gave me close, stop loss, take profit. All right, so I'm going to click on TP and the TP line exactly where I needed it to be, in which mean I could move it around, but anywhere around there would be cool. All right, and then I could click the blue arrow that's pointing to the right. I click that and I click modify and I just enter the trade. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to understand this. Now, if you have $100 in your account and for the whole month you've placed no trades, how much money will you have in your account? I want somebody to answer me. You have $100 in your account, you place no trades for the month. How much money will you have in your account? 100. Joshua said 100. 100. Now let me ask a question. If you take one trade for the month and you made $5, just one trade and you made $5, how much money would you have at the end of the month? What I'm doing here might seem silly here, but you'll understand what I'm saying just now. You'll have 105. Here what some persons do, guys. I'm going to be real. Even I did it. I'm guilty of it. Got excited. Trading, I could press buy and sell at any time. I was just pressing sell and buy and sell and buy. And when I check it, my $100, because I was just selling and buying all over the place, technically gambling, because if you're just pressing sell and buy, you're gambling. But if you're actually using proper charting and analysis, that's different. And at the end of the month, I would have $25 because I played around with $75. Now, here when it changed for me when I started thinking like this. I don't need the money to grow too fast. I just want to become consistent with getting good, profitable setups. I don't need to make I would love to make $50 a day, yeah, but I'd rather at the end of the month I have $101 than at the end of the month I have $25. When I did that, my wife could tell you, it changed. I started to take $2. I have a whole $1,000 in my account. I place a trade, I take $2. And she watching me and I watching she, and you're feeling like you have $1,000. How come you only made $2? But the $2 was adding up to $400. It was adding up over time. It was adding up, even though it was $2. But because you have to remember, watch this. On $1,000, $10 is 1%. On $1,000, $10 is 1%. So that means if you could grow your account, guys, in 1 month, you have $1,000 and you could grow your account by just $50, that's 5%. Now, to maintain your service might be more than $50, that is okay. Because watch this, if you become consistent with $50, $50, you start making $50 a month, you start making $50 every 2 weeks, you start making $50 every week, you get consistent, $50. Watch this, when you get the skill, you don't need Trinidad and Tobago, you don't need no country. All you need is a smartphone and you could make your money anywhere. You can make your money on a boat, you can make your money in Timbuktu, you can make your money in Dubai. It doesn't matter where you are as long as you have this device. A matter of fact, you could go on a trip and the money you spend to go on the trip, you make back 3-4 times the money on the trip traded. Now, my bias with Bitcoin is buys, so I don't really sell Bitcoin. So if you really watch, let's go here right now and watch. This trade, we're right now down $1.76, and that is okay. That is quite okay. Because I know where it's going to go. Like, let me give you an idea. So, I was actually telling some of the videos I said, and this was, let me be exact, right? This was probably a week and a half ago. A week and a half ago, I told some of the videos, I said, listen, at this time, Bitcoin was $111,000. I said, listen, Bitcoin is going to 122. How did I know that? I've been watching the market for a long time. I have an idea where the market is going. I've been watching it over and over and over and over. Then it hit 123. So they're thinking I'm like the Bitcoin whisperer. No, I've just been watching the market a very long time. And then I've been following persons who also realign, and the same thing I'm seeing, the same thing they're seeing. So I realize I have an idea where it's going. Like, I'm predicting the very next major move going to be 135. The next major move Bitcoin is going to make right now, it's at 117. Look at that, 117. Look at that, 117,305. The next major move is 135. That, and don't be surprised that happened in the next 2 weeks. That means right now, if someone just invest in Bitcoin, not even a lot of money, you just have some money, you could just put it on Bitcoin, you're good to go. There are persons who bought Bitcoin at 15,000 2 years ago. They're real nice right now. And they didn't buy a whole Bitcoin. They just put like a 2,000-3,000 on it. But then remember, 15 and 15 is 30. 30 and 30 is 60. 60 and 60 is 120. Just hit 123. Their money doubled and tripled and quadrupled just because they knew to put it on it. Right? So let's not ramble on too much. At least we have this done so far. So this is how you place a trade. If you want to put in a stop loss, you could then click the SL right there, and then you could move your stop loss to wherever you want to put your stop loss. Right? I'm literally you decide here with the prices. That's what I'm using to actually open and zoom the screen like that, right? So I could zoom down and I could say, you know what, I'm gonna put it right below that last wick. Right below that last candle, I could put it right there. Right? But other than that, we're good to go. So let me show you now how you can actually take advantage of all of this now. Right? So the scanners right now is game changer, because the scanner is actually giving you a fish whilst you are learning how to fish. But the objective is you want to get to a point where you don't need the scanner to fish. You should be able to do it for yourself, right? So learning to trade could take you anywhere between 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months to master the basics. To go into advanced level where you probably start teaching others and stuff, yeah, that's going to be anywhere between 6 to 10, 12, 18 months. All right? This is the investment you want to make in it is time. It's going to cost you some money too, but you want to invest the time so that you could get back your time, right? Now, learn how to fish is better than being given a fish, right? Now, to get started with what we're doing here is in US dollars. You can actually get started with trade and travel. Now, you have the ability to trade and you have the ability to save on your trips. So you could save on your trips to wherever you're going. Like we're talking about 60, 70, even 80% on your trips, because you're getting your trips wholesale. So instead of having to book your trips normal, you're actually getting to book your trips wholesale. The other thing is this now. Right, you could book trips for other persons as well. Now, this comes in the package, so you're getting trade and travel. Right now, it's $250 US to basically get started there. But as you're on this call here this evening, I'm going to give you guys a promotion. We have a promotion right now where you're getting $50 off. This $50, you can actually take it and put it in your trading account. Now, there are persons who tell me, well, you know, I have seen things like this. I could get it for $50 and $75. I say, okay, go take it. Because this is what I know. Anything that you invest cheaply in, you'll get cheap results. What did Chinaman say? Good thing not cheap and cheap thing not good. Now, this doesn't mean that this is going to kill you to actually do this. I've been doing this now for the past 7 years. I've paid consecutively on a platform month after month for 4.5 years. So now, and I didn't need to pay for 4.5 years. I learned to trade and let's just say probably got to a really good level probably in about a year. Right? I just was so happy that I found the skill that I actually paid just to stay in the community. Because look at this, when you find the goose that lays the golden egg, you have to keep feeding the goose. There are some persons miss that. They think, well, you know, well, now I'm making money. No, you still need to invest back into it. It just is what it is. The people who are always trying to play cheap, they're always trying to find a shorter way. They always end up spending more money than if they just say, you know, here what, I'm going to find someone who knows what they're doing. Whatever they say, I'm just going to pay them. But if that's not you, that is okay. But for the persons who are serious, let me show you how you can take this up a notch again, right? Who right now, you are ready to get started. Now, getting ready to get started doesn't mean that, hey, you know, I have everything in order. You know, it's a decision. When I made the decision to get started in trading, I didn't get started until a month after. I made the decision. You see, the decision is more important than having the money. Person's going to say, well, you know, I don't have the money. Money never made a decision. I've never seen money made a decision. As a matter of fact, you could have the money for whatever, and if you don't make a decision, it's not going to do nothing. You have to make a decision first. And if you don't have it, when you make the decision, you're going to find it. It's literally that simple, right? So I'm seeing some persons posting in the chat, facts can't wait. Yes, my mind is made up. After Joshua spoke just now, after those two Joshua spoke, I think that is enough for you guys to realize that this thing is not something to play with. You should be serious about this. All right? You can use Envision You to create cash flow. Now, let me show you how you can create cash flow. Now, watch how this actually works, guys. You're going to learn how to trade. You're going to learn how to multiply money. You know, it's one of the things a lot of persons don't have? Money. So let me show you how you can get the money now from the platform. You can actually share the vision of the company. This company's mission and vision is to impact 1 billion persons, which means they want to put 1 billion persons in position to have success both with their health and with their wealth, right? Now, how you can do that is you can actually help the company on this mission by simply sharing. Today, I just shared this with you. If you get started or not, it's really up to you. I'm very successful at this. I've been helping a lot of persons, and I'm excited for the persons who I'm about to help now. My goal is to help 10 persons in the next 90 days to earn an extra $1,000 a month. That's my goal. Am I going to get it done? Yes. How am I going to get it done? Don't know. I just know that I'm going to find the persons and do it. You see, people are always trying to figure out, well, you know how, no, you just need to set a goal. You need to be serious about it. You need to just work at it every single day, and it's going to happen. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it was built every day, right? So you get yourself started, and when you get started, you say, listen, I want to open up a business, not just trade. I want to do business as well. What I'm going to do, I'm going to expose persons to the opportunity. How do I do it? I simply walk up to any random person. I say, hey, nice shoe. Love your shoe. Literally, I start a conversation just about someone's shoe. And then I say, well, where did you buy the shoe? They say, wherever. I say, listen, you seem like someone who's really, really sharp. In the past 2 to 5 years, all the money that flowed through your bank account, how much money have you earned on that money? They say, well, I ain't make no money on that money. I say, listen, I'm working with a platform that is showing persons how they can multiply their money. Would you be interested to find out? Yes. Do I know if the person's going to get started on? No, I don't. But I just expose them. He could come and the person could come and say, hey, it's not for me, and I wouldn't die. Somebody could come and say, hey, it's for me, I will help them. I'll help them to set up their account. I'll help them to get success. I'll help them to launch a business. I'll help them in any what way to make sure they become successful. Because here why? Service to many leads to greatness. Right? So we have that down pack. Now, when you start your global business, it's $50 for the whole year. So you're launching a global business with a global payment system that you could get your products wholesale. If you decide to do the health products, you're actually getting wholesale, right? You're getting a back office. You're getting dashboard. You're getting all the marketing material. They provide everything for you. This come like a secretary in a box. But you see, just running a global payment system, that's a big deal. It's tough to do that, right? You're getting your own website, so you can even drive traffic to your website. All that is done for you for $50, right? Now, 5 ways the company pays. The first way is through retail sales. If you decide to drive traffic to your website and persons go and they actually buy from your website, you can get 40 to 50% of the profit, right? Persons who partner with you, if they come in at the core, essential, or premier, these packages have different values. When you see in the full presentation, you're going to find out about all of that, but you can get $25, $80, or even $60 based on how persons come in or where they come in your business, right? The other way is through residual income. Now, residual is when you start building a team, you start helping individuals. So the first level is called team consultant. When you get to team consultant, you have 2 traders on your left, 2 traders on your right. Or they could be doing anything else in the company. It could be travel, it could be with the products, but as long as you have 2 on your left, 2 on your right, the company is going to pay you $50 a week, $200 a month. You know, at that point in time, I was very uncomfortable with this. I was really uncomfortable. I'm going to be real with you. I remember the first time I saw this, I was like, what is this thing? Why I have to go and talk to people and all this and that thing? I didn't understand. I was already doing it for free. Look, Superman just came out. I just went and did a beautiful review on Facebook. Facebook is not paying me for that. And I just did the review. I'm talking about stuff what happening in government. Somebody car, hairdresser, mechanic, People call me about all kind of things and I'm telling them, hey, go, so, and I'm not making no money. But when it's time for me to actually talk about something I can make some money, I had a problem with that. Imagine that. Something is wrong. But no, I'm smarter. But look at this. 200 US dollars a month. Let's just say you get started with this special. 200 US dollars to get started. You refer 4 persons and you get back your money. They have the same benefits as you. They could go and learn to trade. They could build a business. They could decide to do whatever. But you expose them, right? The very next level is called lead consultant. At this level, right? At this level, you have the ability to impact even more persons' lives, right? 5 persons on your left, 5 persons on your right. This pays out 125 US dollars a week, 500 US dollars a month, right? The very next level is called champion. At this level, 250 US dollars a week at 1,000 US dollars a month. You could take this $1,000, put it in a trading account, take the same trade ideas from the company and grow it. You could use the scanner. You can get the direct trade ideas from the individuals, and you can do something really amazing, right? We have the level called Sapphire, 2,000 US dollars a month, 500 US dollars a week, right? Ruby, 3,500 a month, and the Emerald level, 5,000 US dollars a month. Now, because someone put this opportunity in our path, we were actually able to help a lot of persons as well do all these levels that you're seeing here. A lot of persons. And because we help so much persons, my wife and I, we actually got to the level of 5,000 US dollars a month. But the thing about it is not just the fact that, you get to that level, but what you really want to do is you want to also be guided by the right individuals, right? Now, when you find someone who is having massive success, all you just really need to do is get out of the way and just follow what they're telling you, all right? I have a gentleman who is on this call right now. I call him my coach and mentor. And the reason why I call him my coach and mentor, when I actually met this gentleman in late 2017, he was just 4 months away from earning his first million US dollars. Now he's close to being a Deca millionaire. And you know how he got that levels, guys? He got those levels. He got this amount of accolades and all this respect that he has now because he has helped a lot of persons. He's helped persons to become 5-figure earners, USD 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners. And we're talking about he has a global business all around the world, right? So without further ado, I just want to give you my coach and mentor, Mr. McSween. I'm having a trading call. Here I'm exposing a bunch of individuals here about trading. So it's mainly along that line. Okay, sir? Are you there?
Awesome. Yes, I am here. Could you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kenton, for allowing me to be on your private call, your private launch call. And I just want to say to all of the individuals who are on here, you guys are in for a treat. And I want to say some things that I'm sure Kenton would have said before, but I just want to reiterate that, you're coming in to be able to learn a skill. You're coming in to utilize our tools. You're coming in to utilize, our education so that you can better yourself in terms of learning the skill of multiplying your money. But to me, community is very important. So the community that we have is very encouraging. Number one, the community that we have is very supportive. When you have the opportunity to get started with Kenton, and you join our traders community, you will understand why we are so excited. Also, I remember when I met Kenton a couple of years ago, and he really came in just for him to privately learn the skill of trading for himself. He had absolutely no interest in introducing anyone to anything. That was more so his wife, Elizabeth, right? But now, when I have conversations with Kenton, and his level of understanding and insight into the financial markets will lend to every single one of you that's on this call genuinely having the support you need for you to succeed. So it's not just only are you signing up with a program, you're getting started with someone that's trusted. He has integrity. He don't play around with people's money. He will guide you so you can succeed. All right. The only way you fail in this environment is if you sign up and you absolutely do nothing. You don't attend any session. You don't ask Kenton any questions. You don't get on the live sessions. You don't put in the time. That's the only way you fail. But if you come in and you plug into the system that we have, you plug into the additional support that Kenton will give you, and you understand how to utilize our tools, I genuinely believe you have a strong opportunity for you to succeed, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm excited for every single one of you. Our tools are amazing. Our scanners are like really, really amazing. Like, I'm like a kid in a candy store with our scanners, right? Like a kid in a candy store. There's so much value that's being added. Tonight, for those of you that make the decision to get started right away, because you can. Some of you, wondering, can I start right away? Yes, you can start as soon as this call is over. And we're going to be having an onboarding call tonight at 9 p.m., right? Joshua Ramcharan, who was on this call, I believe he was on this call earlier, he will be doing an onboarding session. So let's just say you sign up, you want to know exactly what to do, right? Guess what? You sign up and you plug into this call at 9 p.m. We connect you step by step by step by step, what to do, how to do it, and connect you to the actual platform that we have within this company. You can rest assured that this is something that you will be able to pass on, which is the skill. You'll be able to pass this on to your loved ones. Think about this. My father wasn't able to introduce me to trading or investing. My father was able to introduce me to hard work and determination, all right? And he runs a construction company. But he wasn't able to teach me about trading and investing, all right? Legitimately. Don't forget that part. Legitimately, right? Because my son, all right, guess what? I'm not able to teach him and expose him to what I have been exposed to. So this is the opportunity that you have. Of course, we have the Olympus. You also have Skywalker, which is another scanner that we have. We have two of them right now. And I mean, the communities are extremely excited. People are getting a tremendous amount of value. And ladies and gentlemen, if you give yourself time to succeed, you're going to succeed. Does that make sense? The only way you don't succeed is if you don't give yourself enough time to succeed. So God bless you guys. Welcome to the Vision U family. Welcome to the Bruin Bank Traders community. We're super excited. You guys have the best couple in the world to get started with, Kenton Jackson and Elizabeth Jackson. Amazing people. Also, their group that's also on here as well. So love you guys, and I'll see you guys on the inside. See you guys in the trading chat. Let's go.
Let's go. Listen, guys, I want you guys to put some hearts in the chat, put some 7s in the chat. Guys, I don't know if you guys understand. This gentleman, his success is a whole different scale of success, guys. Just having him, just being able to have access to this gentleman is, the Lord really does send the right people into your life when you really need the right people. Right, so I'm really, really humbled just to have him on the call. I just want to run one more thing I want to run with you guys. So for the persons who are just getting started, just get back to whosoever it is invited on the call. Get yourself started, and you can actually hop on Joshua's call that's coming up right after this call, right? So I just want to run this for you guys quickly. All right. Let me get this up here. In my few short years on this planet, the one thing that has really hit home is when I realized that what I'm speaking, my mind is going to show it to me. Whatever comes out of here, my mind is going to prove what's coming out of my mouth. It took me a while to figure it out, but now that I understand it, I realize if I get up and I'm having a great day, but all of a sudden I just choose to say, you know what, I don't feel well. All of a sudden, I start not feeling well. Look like this. You get up and you say, I feel like eating whatever it is, shrimp. All of a sudden, you start seeing shrimp. You start seeing shrimp. You just start seeing shrimp. You're on social media, seeing shrimp. You're going to grocery, you're seeing shrimp. You have everything else, but you're seeing shrimp. whatever you're speaking, whatever you're thinking, your mind is going to show it to you. If you're going to the mall and you say, listen, I know the mall is always jam-packed, but I am getting a park. Your mind is good. Why is you driving the mall? You are no longer even thinking about that because you give your mind an instruction. Your mind is looking for a park. All of a sudden you see a real park. A matter of fact, every time you're driving, you start seeing park. Because whatsoever you're thinking, whatsoever you're saying, your mind is going to show it to you. When I figured that out, I realized that I just need to say what I want and don't say what I don't want. Because if I'm saying what I don't want, my mind is going to show me that too. If something is not working, say, you know what, it's going to work for me. But if you say, this thing not working, you know, your mind going to say, well, Kenton, let me show you how much it's not working. A matter of fact, it's going to start to show me stuff I wasn't even seeing wasn't working, because now it's going to start a pile on not working. But if I say, listen, I have to get you, I have to get you, I must, I will, your mind is going to say, okay, we must, we will, we're going to get you, and it's going to start showing you the solutions to your challenge. All right, I love and appreciate you guys. Let's rock and roll. All right, so get back to whosoever it is invited on the call. Guys, get yourself inside. Joshua's call is starting in the next hour and a half. Right? So you can actually get yourself started and get yourself on that call. Get back onto me or get back onto whosoever invited you on the call. Get your questions answered. Get yourself started. And welcome to Envision You. Continue having a super fabulous night, guys. Later.